Here we are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Lonely Friday night. It is indeed the loneliest show on all of the internet. Welcome to the one and only Sam Roberts. Now they say, how lonely are you, Sam? How lonely can you be? Well, does this answer your question? Hot Dog is here.
You know how long I've been waiting for this, Sam?
How long is that?
Woo! About to make a name for myself, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, you know, Hot Dog and I have both. We've been very, very busy. It's been too long since we've all gotten together like this and seen each other. These lonely Friday nights have not been lonely enough. I feel like they're not lonely enough when we don't join you. When we join you, you finally get that lonely satiation that you've been looking for, you know? And here
you gotta rile them up a little bit. You gotta let them want it.
That's right. Because we give you this great gift of loneliness. If we just do it every Friday, it's like, yeah, we take it for granted that when we disappear for a couple weeks, oh my God, what do they have better things to do? The answer is yes. 1 week in San Diego, the next week in Cleveland, here, there, just creating content. I'm salt baying content everywhere, but unfortunately, I can't be everywhere all at the same time. But what do? We live in the present. We are here now, and we welcome you. It has been a very, very exciting time. Hot Dog, I don't know about you, but I have I've come down. I've come down with something.
Like in the case of gay.
Well, Hot Dog has a UCB degree. His improv is absolutely unmatched. This guy, I mean, you could throw anything at him and he's going to hit you back with something just hilarious, something that you'd never see coming. This is an absolute professional. Some people, their humor peaks in the second grade, but not Hot Dog. Nope. You just never know. As they're saying in the chat, got him.
They get you, Sam.
No, it wasn't that. It's actually Olympic fever. Olympic fever. And once every 4 years, finally, you know, because you go, it's like we were saying about this show. Every single week, people forget how much they love it. But, you know, you make them miss it a little bit. All of a sudden, here we are. This is incredible. And the Olympics is similar in the sense that, you know, we get to enjoy America every single day. I wake up in the United States of America. To many people, it's heaven on earth. It's incredible. But for me,
I've seen you wake up. The anthem plays in the morning and you stand up.
But it's just day to day, right? Even as I'm, there's the American flag hanging in my bedroom. I say the Pledge of Allegiance. I start my day. But I still don't really, the patriotism doesn't bleed out of my eyeballs the way it should. And then you say, oh, what's going on in America? Like, how are we really celebrating? And you watch, these politicians. One is questioning the ethnicity of the other one. Then on the other side, they're going, oh, yeah, well, he has sex with couches. And you're like, okay, well, whatever. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll go back to wrestling. But every 4 years, we get to strip all that nonsense away and just go, what about acts of sheer athleticism? Who has the strongest humans on the planet? Every 4 years, we find out. And the French, with their culture and their art and their history, they go, well,
French fries.
Their fries. They go, well, we are obviously the premier nation, right? We're here we are, and we'll host the Olympics. We'll show everybody. Look at these great, you can watch volleyball with the Eiffel Tower in the background, which is an amazing thing to see, by the way. Beach volleyball with the Eiffel Tower behind it.
Women's beach volleyball.
Or dudes, whatever. Whatever you're watching, bro, But I love it. I love it, and I love it even more because the USA is dominating. I'll just say dominating. I'd like it to be a little more dominant, but it's almost like it's that taking for granted thing. Like our basketball team. Our basketball team should probably be mopping the floor. Jordan's team didn't have these problems, but LeBron's team isn't Jordan's team, okay? I'll just leave it at that. We are still winning. We're in good standings, but I don't think the 92 Dream Team had to rally like the 2024. it's more like a doze team. You know how like it's more like a shower thought team. It's not a full-on dream, but it is that like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this happened type of team.
It's a fuck around team. We're gonna go there. We're gonna fuck around.
We'll fuck around for a little bit, and it's like
I guess get a gold medal.
Maybe. I don't know for sure. Serbia's like, well, we're gonna put you to the test. I mean, do you see? We almost lost. We almost lost to Serbia. Look, you can see Hot Dog, the passion. Look at this. LeBron saying, Steph Curry, are we gonna let Serbia do this to us? We're gonna let this happen in France. And Steph Curry's like, no, LeBron, we're not. And it was like that. It was one of those great moments when you see them come back. Well, at one point we were 17. The United States, I think we were like 17 points behind at one point. With 7 minutes left in this game, we were 11 down, right? 11 down with 7, and the team rallied. And I think we ended up, what did we win, like 95-91 or something like that?
Hey, what was the final score? Did I have an article?
What are you, a communist? You're not watching America dominate?
I was watching. I watched it. I don't have the final score on me.
I think it was something around 95-91. Either way, we beat Serbia. We got one more game to go. Basketball feels like one of those sports that we should. I mean, that's an American sport. To go to the Olympics and not get a gold medal at basketball, like. People only.
I mean, it would be embarrassing if we didn't go. If we got silver or bronze.
That's what I'm saying. Like people play basketball in other countries because they can't play for the NBA. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's you can't. So
it was 95-91, by the way.
Nailed it.
Yes.
You see me nail it?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Sammy Scoreboards is what they call me. Sammy Scoreboards, baby. So yeah, but they almost didn't. Is the point? And it should not. We shouldn't have been sweating. And look at, LeBron is sweating. There's a lot of forehead there, and he's sweating on it. Okay? Steph's sweating, too. Now,
what is it? It was 3 quarters, right? Where they were trailing?
Yeah, they were trailing with 11 minutes left. No, 7 minutes. I'm sorry, it was 11 points. They were trailing by 11 with 7 minutes left. And you're like, why didn't you? And by the way, Hot Dog, they were trailing the whole game. With 7 minutes left in the game, they were down by 11. They still won. You still going to argue with me that we need to watch the first half of a basketball game?
No, because it's the same way, and I've used this example already. It's the same way how you watch a wrestling match. You don't go into the last 10 minutes of a wrestling match and be like, I watched everything I needed.
Wrestling, they're perfectly telling me a story.
They're telling you a story here.
This is
the story. If the story was
who's writing a story? It's that we what Serbia and the United States of America are getting together before the game and be like, "Here's a great story we'll write." Is that what's going on at the Olympics, Hot Dog?
Is that there's
no comparison. That's like going like it's like an episode of Transformers. This basketball game. That doesn't make any sense.
If you stick with me for a second, the story here is
would I?
USA, the heavy favorite, was down by this many points within 7 points within 7 minutes of the game, and they came back. Now that story, that climax doesn't happen.
So you think I should watch I should watch all those other minutes of just going like, or should I watch for 10 minutes and go like, yeah, I got it. It's been like this. The first three minutes that I watch, I go, it's been like this the whole game. Okay, I understand.
No, but you missed the emotion. You missed the emotion.
What emotion? You didn't even know what the score was. You didn't even watch the game. What emotion?
I was working, but I saw the highlights.
Working. You're working right now is what you're doing.
You're saying that like it's like...
You don't even know what time they played. Working, he said.
It was 3 p.m. I know.
Working, he said. He's working my last... I'll tell you what you were working. You were working my last nerve is what you were working.
I didn't do nothing.
What are you mad at me for? No, I'm mad at these guys. I'm mad at these guys. I'm not mad at you, Hot Dog. If you were America's showing up to the Olympics and deciding to finally play with 7 minutes left in this game is like, come on. When like all of this works, so they got one game left. They don't have a goal. There's the gold medal game, and it is, to your credit, Hot Dog, it's a beautiful story where you've got America, the greatest, I mean, let's be honest, at just about any sport that matters, number one.
Uno, Ichiban.
Right. You know who we're playing in the gold medal game, right? Or you don't know?
France.
I mean, can you write a better story than that? We're going against the home team in the Olympics.
Tomorrow.
We better mop the floor with them. Don't give me any of this fourth quarter, let's find it nonsense. I mean, I want like one of those games where the Little League coaches get together and go, we should call it so we don't hurt feelings, right? It should be just an utter domination. It's time to let the world know that we came to France to humiliate everybody. Don't you think?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you're hedging your patriotism and all this stuff on the USA basketball team, I mean, that's an easy one. That's like easy mode.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Well, let's talk about
I mean,
it.
it counts. It counts. To go
It
there.
counts,
It's
but
nice.
let's talk. First of all, it's not that easy because Serbia almost got it. And second of all, let's talk about it then, Hunter. Let's talk about it because America, what I looked up, has the most medals by far. You know how many medals we have?
How many?
109. It's a lot of medals.
Your information is outdated. We are at 111.
Nice. 111. Triple ones, baby. However, and you tell me if it's changed, because they were doing a lot of running today, I think. But
Yes,
last
a lot of running.
and we're
Shout out.
all right. I saw you got one. All right.
Yeah, we got one.
You got one. You got one. And by the way, when Dominican Republic gets you deserved it. You should be
It's
celebrating
a lot.
that. That's you. That's you. That's you. You deserve that one. 31 gold medals when I last checked.
Outdated.
Ooh, okay, wait. Because when I last checked, China had 32 gold medals and we had 31.
Outdated.
What are we at, Hot Dog?
We are at a tie.
Ooh.
33 and 33.
Ooh,
China.
China. Ooh, I like that. I like that. And then that, can you imagine if these clowns let France beat us and that's what stops us from beating China?
Yeah.
We should, if they,
32.
honestly, they can't come home. If you can't beat France and we don't beat China, these guys can't come home. Stay there.
Stay there. Ask for citizenship. Join Team France.
If you're so good at basketball, join the country that's the
KD
best.
might. KD is the type to just, if you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, I mean, we're doing real good. This is my shit right now. This is, by the way, my favorite Olympic sport because I do like the running, but my favorite Olympic sport is shot put. Confirmed. Because
that's the one when you spin around, right? And you got
here it is. And this should be what it's all about. It's simply a contest of which country has the people that could throw the farthest. It's as good a game as it gets. Like, it's the best of all the nonsense.
Like they were playing this, like the Romans were playing this game.
Exactly. And it's how
But,
you knew.
ancient Rome.
Ancient Rome. They were like, oh, I'm better than you. Oh, I'm better than you. Oh, really? How far can you throw this rock? Whoever could throw it the farthest is the better person. That's it.
And I will take your wife.
Right. And of course, if you're a woman, who are you going to go with? The guy that could throw farther.
Yeah.
What are you, crazy? He's obviously going to provide.
It's a lot more handy back then.
Yes. And we had this guy. I'm looking at his name, Ryan Krauser. I don't know if you know about this Ryan Krauser hot dog.
No.
Every 4 years, we start talking about Ryan Krauser because there's not a lot of glory in shot put outside of the Olympics, unfortunately.
No Kellogg's endorsements.
Not right now. There's no Wheaties box for the shot putters. Right now, I would buy it, but not, it is what it is. Not only did he win a gold medal, he's won many gold medals. This is a guy, like, he shows up to the Olympics again, and it's like, okay, well, let's see. I believe that the USA won gold and silver in shot put. And, of course, my man Ryan Krauser got the gold again.
So this is like the hot dog competition, basically.
Nathan's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at him go. Oh, here we go. Boom. Boom.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that's far. It's like, don't even bother. Why'd you even put those circles there? I'm going way past those circles. Wait, look at that thing. It's like, why, if you're on the other, what he's saying is if you're on the other side of the stadium, duck. Because that's where the rock's going. Now,
when it comes to actual utility, is it easier for them to throw it that way or just?
I think it's got to be. You build momentum as you go. You build momentum, and you can push your whole body into the throw. Because it's like you got to use your strength. It's not just
like if you got Tom Brady in there to compete against this guy.
He's throwing farther than Tom Brady. Accuracy. Look, quarterbacks throw for length, but also accuracy. Are you going to be able to catch the rock? Probably not. He's throwing it God knows what direction, but it'll go farther is the point. Like, who knows where the hell that thing is going to land? Not this guy. So go, if you want to catch, you better just, have a whole team waiting for it. Because I
Just
don't
have
know.
a wide net.
Right. Right. And it's like, what do you do? What do you do if you're the best at throwing, but the accuracy is nowhere near where it needs to be? Shot put.
For all we know, this guy's like a 16-time gold medalist. And no one, just under the radar.
He's won a ton of gold medals. He's an icon in this sport.
Yeah, but it's like unfortunately, some gold medals count more than others.
And it should be this one counts the most. Because he can walk, like, of course, because you don't have to talk to like a sports fan to go like, do you know how far that guy could throw? That's impressive for anybody. When you're a kid, what's the first sport you learn? How to throw far. What do? You pick up a rock, you throw it. Oh my God. And if you're on the playground, that's a kid who could throw farther than anybody I've ever seen. He's an icon.
Yeah, but I think
it means everything.
It probably had its peak. It probably had its peak maybe 200 years ago, you know?
Oh, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't have.
And then there's like, I feel like the number one for like the Olympics, at least for me, is track, because running far. Like, you want to talk about simplicity.
Well, guess
throwing
what?
Stuff, running fast.
I'm a track fan too. I like track, and I was keeping up with what was going on. You know who dominates in running? USA, baby. So we've got Sha'Carri Richardson, who I love. This Sha'Carri Richardson. Okay, she's been famous since before this year, but she came back to the Olympics. She's got a gold medal for the 100-meter, right? So it's the shorter one, and she goes for it. But then hot dog. Wait till I tell you about this. Sydney McLaughlin-Lavrani. We're dealing with Jordan when it comes to running with this Sydney. She's incredible, hot dog, and nobody even told me about her. I didn't even know.
Never heard.
Goated. She's the GOAT. She won another gold medal, another one. By the way, she hasn't lost since like 2019, okay? Everything she's done since 2019 is just win, 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 win. She added to her gold medal collection. She does the 400-meter dash with hurdles. 400 meters with hurdles. So she's jumping the hurdles. Of course, it's the toughest one. And you know what she did?
Out of all the track activities.
I agree, because you got to run. And I'd be falling on my face the whole time. It took Sam 17 minutes to get this done. This is insane.
First one.
Yeah. Did he practice at all? How did he get here? Dude, she set a world record again. Another one. She set a world record. She got it in 50.3 seconds. And she goes, I was hoping to get it to 50 seconds, but I guess you can't complain about a world record. And I go, no. And I'm watching this interview with her, right? And the interviewer says, it's too bad that you don't have your gold medal right now because you don't get your gold medal till the next day. And I go, wait, are you kidding me? Context clues here. The interview because I watch all this on YouTube. I don't know when anything's happening. But can you imagine? You do a 400-meter dash with hurdles, run it faster than anybody in the world. As a matter of fact, run it faster than anybody in the history of the world ever has. And Guinness is there to document it. And you do an interview later in the day? I'd be bedridden for weeks. I'd be like exhausted. Those 50 seconds would take every ounce of life out of me. And I'm sitting there going,
you would complain to your wife about
Oh, my legs. Oh. I'm still so thirsty. I need more electrolytes.
Honey, can you take out the garbage, please?
Can't. Did you see what I did? She's like, that was weeks ago. I go, check this.
Yeah, look what I got.
Yeah. And by the way, if you don't want to look at this medal, grab a copy of the Guinness Book of World Records. I'm the fastest that's ever done this. I'm tired.
I'm exhausted.
And she's sitting there like, looking fully refreshed, by the way, having just having this conversation with this nudnik in a suit, being like, oh, how'd that feel? She's like, obviously good.
There should be if it feels like it's almost too easy for all these people, even the ones who don't get gold, silver or bronze, there should be something that exhausts them. Like, okay, like you're not even breaking a sweat here. Let's go for like the 800 or let's create a 1200. Yeah, let's go. I want to see people breaking down on the field.
Right. No light work. Like it should be the 400-meter dash. But if you can keep going, you can keep going.
Right. Let's run it up.
Yeah, we're going to failure. Yeah, so we're sitting here, right? We're squeaking by in basketball, which is embarrassing. We got gold in shot put, which is the greatest. We got gold in running, which these two women, as well as, so many other people there, are unbelievable to watch. By the way, we're about to win a gold in wrestling too. Did you know that? Did you know that?
I don't want to miss that. When is that going on?
Okay, well, again, I don't know. I watch it all on YouTube, but I'll tell you that this guy Spencer Lee has been whipping everybody's ass. I don't know if he's been doing it with a broken freaking neck or not, but this guy Spencer Lee is whipping everybody's ass, and he's going to face Japan for the gold. It's like straight up
New Japan Pro Wrestling versus WWE?
I mean, I'm more thinking Hogan coming out at the end of WrestleMania 9 and America versus Japan right there. The Japanese Yokozuna, That's the way I'm looking at this. It's
Mark Henry's going to be in the audience scouting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was watching you. Yeah, Mark Henry and Gerald Briscoe just sitting next to each other. I hope this guy, because he's amazing. This Spencer Lee, he's going for the gold.
I mean, look this sucker up, Spencer Lee.
Yeah, he's going to fight.
That's a good game. That's a good name.
He's going to fight the guy from Japan. He's going to wrestle the guy from Japan in the gold medal match. And it's got to be soon, right? Isn't this weekend the last weekend of the Olympics? So I'm sure it's got to be
I think like the 14th or the 15th.
I thought it was like the 11th, but
oh, the 11th.
I think it might be. But I don't know. Don't hold me to it.
Let's see.
But then I'm watching all this utter dominance, right? In these great, impressive, swimming. I mean, Simone Biles just stacking medals. Just like, I'll do all of the gymnastics. Thank you very much.
That women's gymnastics team, USA.
Unbelievable.
Suni Lee.
Look at you. You're getting romantic. And then they go.
The Olympics this year has been great.
It's been well. And they got Snoop Dogg out there. They said he's making like $500,000 a day at the Olympics. Which
who's he a sponsor? Is he like the USA representative, or is he like the Olympics?
I would imagine NBC is paying him. Like I would imagine
yes.
He's an NBC broadcaster. That's what I would think. But I mean, he's great. Remember when he did commentary at WrestleMania and he was like incredible? Like
he caught an audible?
Yeah, he's just good. He's just really good at this stuff. But I don't know if they did this as part of the gimmick with Snoop Dogg. I don't know if this is like a troll or if they're really doing this. But after all this, like, utter dominance that has made me bleed red, white, and blue, they go, you hear about the new Olympic sport. I go, there's a new Olympic sport. What's that?
MMA?
Yeah. Is TKO headed over there? They go, no TKO. Even better. Breakdancing. And I go, huh? They go, breakdancing. I go, like the movie Breakin', Electric Boogaloo, Breakin' 2? They go, yeah, breakdancing. I mean, if breakdancing is an Olympic, I mean, God bless, by the way. I don't want to disrespect anybody that works hard at their craft.
Yeah,
okay?
let's be careful here. These are athletes. Top tier athletes here. And I mean if you look at some of the moves.
Yeah, I've seen them on the subway. Can you like, but if somebody goes, I can throw farther than you, and they go, oh yeah, well I could dance better than you, wouldn't you go like, okay, like?
Yeah, but if you throw a field, to be fair, there are a lot of useless Olympic sports, like the choreographing in the pool. Like, what is that useful?
Synchronized swimming.
Yeah, what is that useful for?
I mean, they're in the water. That's tough.
It's great. It looks cool. It's useless.
I mean, it's like. I mean, look. If figure skating is an Olympic event, we can melt the ice and do it in a pool too.
If making horses dance is an Olympic event,
it's been an Olympic event. But some of these Olympic events, like they go back historically. There's like a historical context to them. I don't know if that's fully there with the break. Like, but my thing would be like, okay, if breakdancing is an Olympic sport, which fine, I could argue that Dana White slap boxing or slap fighting should be an Olympic sport too. Like I would watch that. Who's the better?
You could argue that a lot of things could be Olympic sports.
I mean, it feels like you're not. making the gate smaller when you do this. Is that fair?
Yes, but I would say that I kind of want it as big as possible. Like I want every I want to see the best of everything.
Right. Like you think podcasting should be an Olympic event?
Yeah, hell, why not?
I think so.
It's tough on the mind. Isn't chess an Olympic event?
No.
It's not?
No. Norton wants it to be an Olympic event, but I told him like, okay, why don't we just make Chutes and Ladders an Olympic event? Yeah, okay. Let's make Clue.
You know, people keep saying chess is a sport.
Well, it's not a sport.
But that's a saying, so you know.
It's a board game.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so let's make Guess Who an Olympic event.
You're not going to argue with me.
Right. I'm over there with my little envelope pulling the card out. Was it Colonel Mustard with the rope in the billiard room? Gold medal.
Yeah, but you're saying the best in the world. If you knew that the best in the world at that
holy
together.
Holy Toledo. We got the best players of Clue. These are the world's best Candy Crush players, all assembled in one location.
Hell yes.
You like that? Okay. All right.
I'd spend my Saturday watching that.
You would?
Yes.
All right. What do you, I mean, this is like... Yeah, all right. I mean...
She was good. She was good.
You have a crush.
And she's USA. That's USA right there.
I guess. I hope. I mean, what about this one? I mean, this is... I'm almost positive that I've seen my daughter do that dance. Like, going, look what I can do, Dad. Dad, look what I can do. I'm like, you know, that's an Olympic sport. You don't even really need to keep working on it. We could just take this there right now.
I'm like half convinced that this is a troll. Like they signed up to prove how stupid this is as an Olympic sport.
Right.
And now they're making a mockery out of it.
Right. Like we want to see how many people will just blindly go with whatever we put on.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine the committee and breakdancing, right? Like, what? Yeah, we're doing breakdancing, right? All right. I guess we can find. And it's not exactly in a stadium, is it?
No, but they had surprisingly for that, they had a good crowd. I'm kind of surprised.
They probably heard Snoop Dogg was going to be there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I'm very, very...
I don't know what country that lady's from, but I don't think she's going to be...
Australia, I think.
I don't think she's going to be in 2028.
You don't think so? You don't think she's making it?
No, she's not making it to LA.
That's too bad. Yeah. We get the Olympics in 4 years, right?
I want to go.
Yeah.
This has... got me energized for it.
I hope that French team doesn't come for revenge, though, when it's in the United States.
Yeah, we got to beat them at home turf.
Yeah, but then they're going to beat us on home turf. They saw what Serbia did.
No, but they don't. They had some hitters. I don't think France has anybody.
Okay, well, they somehow got to the gold medal.
That
game,
is true.
You know?
They did somehow get to, yeah.
They got as far as we did, so
yeah.
Well, we'll see. Hot dog, I must tell you, and by the way, we know the rules of Sam Roberts now. Every super chat will get read. I see you sending in those super chats. Every super chat will get acknowledged, I'll say. I'll at least read them to myself. But every super chat will get acknowledged. So if you'd like to comment on the show tonight, super chat in. I'm catching up on my thoughts and opinions on some of these movies that have been out. This has been a great summer already for horror movies. People are figuring out how great horror movies are, and there's exciting ones coming out all the time. And this Longlegs movie is one that I was very, very pumped about. It had one of the better marketing campaigns that I've seen for a horror movie in quite some time. It seemed like somebody went to the Rob Fee, Bray Wyatt school of marketing for this thing because, like, you know, weeks before the movie would come out, there would just be like a billboard and it would be like a zoomed in photo that you couldn't quite make out, but it looked pretty creepy. And then a phone number would be on it, on the billboard. And so you call the phone number and it was this recording of Nicolas Cage, who plays Longlegs, who's like ridiculous creepy. He's so good right now. But Nicolas Cage like saying something creepy into a voicemail, or, you know, there'd be little like Instagram reels that would come out that didn't tell you anything about the movie, but it would be all this creepy imagery and stuff like that. People found websites because this is about a serial killer, and people would find websites that had all this data, newspaper articles, facts, all this stuff about all the cases that are featured in this movie, which I thought was brilliant. The early word about it was that it's like the best sort of horror / detective thriller since Silence of the Lambs, which is big. And I understand the comparison. So I'm going into this movie thinking, okay, I love Silence of the Lambs. I love Seven, right? Those kind of fit in the same genre, subgenre. And Nicolas Cage's resurgence is about the funnest thing you could ever watch. So I'm immediately down for this thing. I didn't even really, and I purposefully didn't do a ton of research going in because it seemed like one of those movies that as much as they're breadcrumbing you, it's kind of better to go in blind, like not knowing the full scope of what you're seeing. And I will say this, Nicolas Cage did not disappoint. He's in here. He is the titular character, Longlegs, and he's unrecognizable. They have Nicolas Cage, but he's got this insane voice that he's doing the whole time, which is so weird, creepy, somewhat hilarious, but then back to being creepy. He looks like if Michael Jackson took a bike pump to the face, kind of remember that cat lady that was in New York City that just kept going back for plastic surgery over and over again? Mm-hmm. That, except the back alley version of that. It didn't look like he spent a ton of money on the surgery, but it was all inflated. He had this terrible long white hair. He's got these weird outfits. It's not shocking that parallels were drawn to Buffalo Bill, just in the kind of weird, almost perverted nature of what he looked like. So I love that. But I can't put this in that category of Seven and of Silence of the Lambs, because ultimately those are movies in which, whether you like them or not, they're set in a reality that you go, these are things that could happen. This movie has far more supernatural elements than I would have expected. And I don't mind a movie with supernatural elements. I love all the Conjuring movies. They're great. Blair Witch is awesome. There's plenty of great supernatural-based scary movies. But what I have a tough time with sometimes is when they try to mesh those two worlds. Because this almost becomes a kind of a whodunit. How are we going to stop the killer? How is the killer doing this? How has he managed to keep doing this? And it's one thing if you go, we live in the real world, so as I'm watching the movie, I can think about it. It's another thing to go, also supernatural stuff is real, because now it could be anything. So it kind of
need to establish the rules for this kind of stuff, so you can have that kind of believability and be like, okay, this is what's. I hate it when it happens halfway through a movie,
right? When you realize, oh, this isn't just some guy who casts spells because he's nuts. The spells work, and you go, oh. Not even this is a different thing then. Oh, okay, I got to completely
You got to readjust.
Yes, I have to shift my focus entirely, which is kind of what happens here. And I think that is, if there is a flaw to this movie, it's some people went in overhyped because of all the marketing, which happens, I guess. But I didn't think that that's a negative thing. And it's that you go in with these expectations of what it is, and then it turns out to be something else, and you almost get blinded. You get distracted by the fact that it's something else, and it doesn't allow you to figure out whether you appreciate it for what it is or not. Because, I mean, to me, the mark of a movie being good and being effective is, am I still thinking about it? Do I want to see it again? And the answer to both those questions is yes with this movie. I'm 100% going to see it again. I'm going to get it when it comes out on home video. I'm going to watch it a ton, I'm sure, because it's a nuts movie. The pacing of it is really interesting because there's no it's not like a jump scare type of movie. And there's this air of confusion that runs throughout, where it's not the easiest thing to follow. Because ultimately, the main character isn't fully in touch with the reality that she lives in. So when you're watching it, it becomes confusing as to your reality because obviously you're seeing through her lens. Does that make sense?
The unreliable narrator, right?
To an extent. Yeah, sure. To an extent. I think that there are a lot of religious undertones, a ton of symbolism. Like there's very little in this movie that I think is literal. Which again is one of those things that if you're looking at it literally, you go, oh, well, if that's not actually happening, I don't even understand this movie anymore. If you can get past that and go, oh, okay, let me start digging into some of this symbolism, it can actually be a lot of fun. And that's more how I felt like halfway in, I was like, wait a minute. Are we dealing with like spirituality and ghosts and demons and all this stuff? I didn't think we were doing that. And then 3/4 of the way in, I go, oh, so this actually means this and this is that and that's this. And it started to get fun for me. I liked that. But it
you needed to readjust.
But I had to make the adjustment. That's exactly right. I kind of like, I like when those religious undertones come in. I like when the spirituality comes in. I like
love
when
shitting on religion.
No. That's Travis. You're thinking of Travis, and I think Jim likes doing that too, but not me. Not me. No. But I kind of like it more when there's those spiritual and supernatural elements that could maybe be explained in reality, right? Like, even if you know this happened because of a supernatural force, you could understand how somebody else in this movie that knows that it happened doesn't see it that way and goes, no, this just happened because of this and that.
Yes.
Which here, it's more like clearly supernatural. There's no other explanation. I think that, like, thematically, at the end of it, I enjoyed it because it, like, deals with this idea that we day to day, are working in this rigid structure of what's reality and what's not reality. This is real. This is real. I can touch it. This day-to-day life, this is real. And this other stuff is not real because I can't explain it, because I'm not perceiving it right, because it's not there. This starts to blur that line and go, is this real? Or is this not real and that real? And so when you start to think about those bigger themes, I like that, you know? And I like that, like, you can rewatch this and go, oh, this is that, that's this. Because it's still like, by the end, they do give you an explanation. They do tell you what's been happening, how we got here, and where we are. But I still had questions as to, like, what's this connection to that? What's that connection to this? But I don't think that's a bad thing, you know?
Yeah, okay. So definitely a rewatch by all that stuff for you.
For sure. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, like, if you interpret the dialogue, so Agent Harker is the main character, right? Harker. I, like, listened to it, like, multiple times. I go, is he saying Harper or Harker? Harker. Lee Harker. I go, what kind of a name is Lee? Lee Harker is the agent's name. And it's almost like everybody that talks to her in this movie is kind of a step off of reality, right? It's like, it's just, she's slightly in a different dimension from everybody else. And that can be a confusing process as you go. But then you kind of can explain it without it actually being spelled out for you right in front of your face. So this is not, to me, like a Friday night date popcorn movie. This is more like I'm a horror geek. We're doing new things. We're experimenting with stuff. Let's have a conversation about this movie type of movie.
Friday morning.
I mean, look, it was like this. My ideal movie is, go to an early screening by myself. This is perfect for that. Because I can just sit there and think about it. I don't have to listen to anybody. Like, if I went with you, you'd be like, that was dumb. And I go, just shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
My immediate response, stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, while the movie's on, you lean over. This is so dumb, dude. Like, shut up. Shut up.
I'd be like this. This would never happen in real life.
Right. Shut up. Get out of here. This isn't that movie, okay? So, you know. But if you like, and I mean, I cannot put over Nicolas Cage enough for what he did. I mean, he's nuts in this movie. Absolutely nuts. And he goes all the way. You know, like sometimes you worry that Nicolas Cage, who does so much weird stuff now, that you're like, oh, is he getting into that stage of his career where he's like, this is my rate, pay me this much money per day, and I'll do whatever. Because when you get there, it's like, are you really committing to everything that you're doing, or are you just showing up? The level of commitment this guy has to playing Longlegs is awesome. And he is so creepy and so like scary in a way that's like deeply unsettling. Not scary in a like, oh, gotcha. Scary in a like, oh, this is really like sitting with me. This really makes me feel uncomfortable. And I do think sometimes that that's a thing too. Like, there are people who love scary movies that are just traditional jump scare. Here's the monster. Final girl. We won. Let's go. Oh, that was good. But like, you know, for me, I love a movie that just leaves you feeling like desolate in your core. Like, just like, so not even like, oh, that was a fulfilling scare. Just totally unsettled and like, I don't like how I feel. I like that. And Nicholas
Cage had Hereditary. What was it? No,
go ahead. You got it.
Hereditary.
Yeah, and Hereditary deals with those same like themes of, oh, I thought we were in the real world, but we're going deep into Satanism and demons and stuff like that. And that is, to me, I think Longlegs probably has more in common with Hereditary than Silence of the Lambs. So that would be the thing. I think it's really good. I thought Longlegs was really good. But don't go in looking for Seven. Don't go in looking for Silence of the Lambs. Go in looking for that sort of more, it's like a thoughtful, religious-based supernaturalism that if you think about it. Now, if you don't want to think, I mean, some people not everybody goes to a movie they want to think, right? And that's fair. Right. Sometimes you just want to like let the brain melt and let the goo come out of your eyes and ears. That's fine.
The thing, Sam, I think too much in my regular life. I kind of go to the theater.
Did you say think or nap?
Think.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure. So that's what I thought about Longlegs. Now, I did
double feature.
Oh, double feature time. Because, you know, I don't want to fall behind. This is a great horror summer. This is a movie that I've been looking forward to ever since I saw the first trailer. We know I'm a big fan of M. Night Shyamalan. I love pretty much everything. I think that there's even a charm to the fact that some of his stuff is hit or miss. Like he doesn't have a perfect record. And I kind of like that. I like that he sticks within the genre. I like that he seems to enjoy telling these stories. I like that he seems to enjoy sort of a nice premise and a premise. He likes a premise with a hook and then a twist. And it's hard to say that that's not a winning formula. Premise, hook, twist. To me, I'm gonna go every single time.
Sure.
And when you add Josh Hartnett to that, forget about it. Forget about it. You talk about somebody who deserves the resurgence that they're having. Josh Hartnett is the shit. And it's not talked about nearly enough. I don't hear this conversation happening as often as I think it should be happening. I feel like I should just be walking down the street and overhear somebody going, you know who's great? Josh Hartnett. Because you don't hear it.
And then you're like, yeah.
I go, excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you're 100% right on the money with what you just said about Josh Hartnett. He fucking rules.
Now I'm going to go about my day.
Yeah. I love seeing, he's the lead character in this, obviously. He was in Oppenheimer. He's popping up again, and I'm happy for him. Love M. Night. Love Josh Hartnett. And this was a very interesting one because we talked about the trailer when it first came out. So this is not a spoiler at all because not only is it in the trailer, but it's also within the first 10 minutes of the movie. This is what the movie is. Right, it's the premise. So you can't spoil what the premise.
Yes.
But the premise is that Josh Hartnett is a dad, and he's a good dad. And he brings he's making dad jokes, doing the whole deal. And he takes his daughter to this concert by this pop artist named Lady Raven. And when he gets to the concert, he sees a big police presence, and he finds out that the police are there because they have it on good authority that a serial killer named the Butcher, which I'm already like, did we not spend any time thinking about the name of a serial killer? Did you just go, who has the name for a serial killer? First one wins.
At least you gotta follow the convention, which would be enter the location.
Right.
Butcher.
Right. They're in Philadelphia. So the Philadelphia Fillator or something like that.
Then you know how to narrow it down.
Right. Exactly. But no, it's the Butcher, which is a red flag. But it turns out Josh Hartnett is the serial killer. So the serial killer has brought his daughter to this concert, not realizing that in actuality, the concert itself is a trap, and they're going to question every man, because most of the people at the concert are teenage girls. So there's 20,000 people at the concert, 3,000 of them are men. We're going to talk to every single one of those men. We're going to question them, and he won't leave this place. And boom, there's how does the serial killer who's there with his daughter, who by all thought and logic doesn't know he's a serial killer, how does the serial killer escape without being caught? There's your premise. There's your elevator pitch. And I go, and who's the serial killer? They go, Josh Hartnett. I go, sold. Every scene? He's in every scene? Sold. Now, are you interested in that premise?
I was interested. I went to go watch it last week. I was interested.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, that's exciting that you've seen it. What are your thoughts? Exactly. I mean,
I enjoyed it for what it was, but it definitely had a few plot holes.
Bro, here's the thing. I love M. Night. I love Josh Hartnett. I don't mind a dumb movie, by the way. I do not, especially in the summer, I do not mind. You should see my collection of physical media of bad 80s B movies. I do not mind a dumb movie. Not every single movie needs to be a think piece. But there's not one thing in this movie that would happen ever. Not one. Zero. Zero of the things that happened in this movie would ever actually happen. And I started to get suspicious because you know who the actress is that played the Lady Raven character? Because I was like, there's a lot.
I said it too.
Okay. I go, there's a lot of music. We're hearing a lot of music from this Lady Raven. There's a lot of different songs in this movie. Who is this actress? Hot dog?
It's M. Night's daughter. So I went, oh, this is an M. Night's daughter vehicle. This is what this is.
I mean, are we the ones getting trapped here? What is this? Is this shenanigans going on here? Yeah, so look, I mean, there's nothing nothing that happens in the movie would ever happen. In Act 1, when the way they go into the concert, that's not how people would go into a concert. The conversation that they have going into the concert, that's not the conversation that people would have going into the concert. Where they sit at the concert, that's not where they would sit at the concert. When he has to go and get a pretzel, that's not how he would go and get a pretzel. None of it. The friendship that he makes with the merch guy is insane. It's insane. Nuts. Because it's like they go, okay, we sold this premise. So how do we do at least 2 full acts of this movie in the arena? And the stuff that they filled these 2 acts with, it's like, none of this would ever happen. I mean,
I feel like they worked backwards. They worked, well, not even backwards, but they thought of the premise. But then when it came to shooting these scenes and actually writing the story, they were like, well, okay, we have all these plot holes here. Like how do like this isn't like how would we explain why the cops would even do this, and how would we explain the logistics of it? Like this isn't a spoiler, but like the staff members in the arena knew that this was a sting operation.
All of them.
And I'm like, that would never happen.
All of them know. And it's like, you told the merch guys? Because it's supposed to be
the janitor.
It's supposed to be a secret. That's why it's a trap.
Right.
You know, it's a secret. We're not going to tell anybody because otherwise they won't show up. But everybody knew. The whole community was aware.
For me, that was the first red flag. When he was like, don't tell anybody, but there's a sting operation and they're going to catch the butcher tonight.
Right.
Like, what? You know that.
You know.
Why would they tell you that?
I mean, and then again, no spoilers or anything.
Yes.
But there is an opportunity to get on stage with the performer. And I mean, if it were this easy to get on stage, and you're talking about some, let's say Olivia Rodrigo level big.
Sure.
Right?
That's when they were trying to, yeah.
Yeah. If it were this easy to get on stage with Olivia Rodrigo, you know how much danger that girl would be in? And by the way Lady Raven acts after the concert's over, none of that. None of it.
Oh.
None of it would ever happen. It's nonsense. The whole thing was nonsense.
It was like halfway through, there was enough of me going, that's not right. Where I was like trying to make excuses for it. I was like, I was like, I bet you the plot is that
right. Like, and
like,
let me not be that guy.
Right.
Right.
This doesn't make sense. So the plot must be that
and
I go, twist.
I go, oh, this is what they're doing. It's like, no. Like there is, I guess, technically a twist, but it is, I mean, it's such a minimal twist. Like, not only is it minimal for an M. Night movie, it's minimal for an episode of Law and Order. Like, it's like not even really.
It doesn't change the context of what happened
at all.
It's just like additional. It's not. It's
plus,
not
by the
more
way, even the twist, which is the evidence that brought the cops to the concert, which that's as much as I'll say. It's 2024. That evidence wouldn't exist.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
If you've seen a paper receipt, what are you talking about? What? A paper?
And it's less.
Who buy? I mean, you buy. You don't even have paper tickets anymore, let alone paper receipt for tickets.
The whole twist is less of a twist and more of just like kind of additional information.
It's more like, okay, I guess they explained it. Like it still doesn't really. I guess that's how it could have happened.
I mean, I still don't think the cops would go about that logistical nightmare to, like.
So it's a
question 3,000 men in an arena. I don't think that's a good way to go about it.
Well, it ends up being ultimately. I feel like thematically about two things. Number one, sort of pop star culture and that feeling that you get being in an arena full of people, and what if that's a trap, which is interesting. The other, I think, thematic thing that is interesting is the idea of these serial killers that have a double life. The idea that you can be a serial killer and this family man, and kind of the juxtaposition and wrestling with those two existences. Which both of those concepts are very interesting. I think this script was written in 2 days. I think it was written very fast. Now listen.
And it was written to get his daughter over.
Right. Did I get mad at it? No, I wasn't mad. Was I like, this is terrible? No. But
and this guy was like Batman. This guy was Batman half the time.
He was really good. He's slick.
Really good.
This guy was slick. Okay. But he's Josh Hartnett. Honestly, if they cast Josh Hartnett as Batman, I'd be like, that's good casting.
Yeah.
So,
it would be, yeah.
I think that I like this movie like I like Taken 2. Not even the first Taken. Like Taken 2. Like I like Taken 2. Okay. I don't like it as much as I like the first. I love the first Taken. Love it. I also like Taken 3 is vomit, but Taken 2, I still like Taken 2. I think that this is on the level of a Taken 2 in the sense that like perfect place to watch this movie. Almost every, because people go like this, oh, you should definitely go to a theater for this movie. I'm a big movie theater guy. I think you should see every movie in a movie theater. I love a movie theater, and it's the perfect way to experience these movies. I think that for optimal enjoyment, Trap should be viewed on like TNT or USA when the show that you're watching ends and you're too lazy to get the remote. And then you fall into it. Like if it were just on after the show that you were watching and you were too lazy to grab the remote and you weren't ready to go to sleep yet, and so you just kind of left it on, you'd probably enjoy it. You'd probably be like, oh, that's pretty good. This is a fun movie.
But it's not a real go to the cinema, go to the theater movie.
No, ironically, neither was that Harry Styles was promoting. But yeah, like I went to the bathroom during like midway through the third act, which is crazy because that's the like boom, 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 boom. Like this is where and it's like I gotta go pee real quick. But I guarantee you, I'm not gonna be a hater because if I'm watching TNT and it comes on, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
You know, at least through the
I
first...
texted you and Travis my immediate response. I didn't hate it. I was like, it was kind of dumb.
I believe that your initial response was, I'm going to wait to see what Logan Paul has to say.
That was my second initial response. Yes.
Yes. I'm going to wait on this one, see what Logan Paul has to say. And if not Logan Paul, maybe CoffeeZilla will put something out. You know, whoever gets there first. So that's where I thought, see, some people go like, I've been waiting since The Sixth Sense for another banger from M. Night, which is totally unfair. Like, that's totally, it sucks. He's
had a banger since then, hasn't he?
He's had many bangers. M. Night's the shit, okay? There is a charm to sometimes hitting, sometimes missing, and then going back to the plate. I love that M. Night, I don't think he takes himself too seriously. I love that he does his own stuff, right? He's not one of those guys, like, clearly... He went to the studio and said, I figured out how I can make a movie for X number of dollars. I'm going to write and direct. And the studio said, it's an M. Night movie. You got it, dude. Like, I love that energy. I like that. I mean,
he
that's...
just had Knock at the Cabin last year.
And it fucking ruled.
Oh.
Knock at the Cabin was the first time people started going, this Dave Bautista is a great actor. Like, they were like, he's a legit great actor.
I don't know if that was the first time, but yes, he had a great performance. I think it was Blade Runner was the first time.
I didn't even see that Blade Runner.
Yeah.
He's a great actor either way.
Yeah, he is.
And M. Night's great. I love a writer-director. And I'll give him a lot
of... The Last Airbender. The Last Airbender was not good.
I'm not going to watch that Last Airbender. That's big. You know why? He went away from the genre.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He went away.
That was Hollywood. That was like big-time Hollywood M. Night.
Exactly. There was a period of time in M. Night's career where it was like, oh... I'm very, very popular, so I have to make big Hollywood movies. Where's Mark Wahlberg? Where's Last Airbender? And it's like, no. Shrink it down, limited budget, high concept, let's go. Sometimes you'll hit, sometimes you'll miss, but as long as you got more hits than misses, we're good. And M. Night's...
consider this one?
No, this isn't in the hit column. No, no, I can't. And it should have been, because the concept is great. Josh Hartnett's great. M. Night's great. But come on.
It needed like a couple more minutes in the oven. Like it was not like you could fix this movie.
You could absolutely fix the movie. Absolutely, you could fix the movie. I think it's kind of... I think I'm going to enjoy it later as like a good, bad movie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry. I didn't want to go home.
I don't know. It's not even a bad movie though. So it's almost like you can't even be like, oh, this is like a fun, bad one to watch. It's just kind of just there. It's not bad. It's not a bad movie. It's just kind of,
It's not great.
No. Not
great.
No, but it's not too bad to the point where now it's enjoyable. It hasn't gotten there yet.
And it was interesting because I had just seen Longlegs. So it's like Longlegs, you have a lot to talk about and to really flesh out. Like, is it that you don't like it, or is it that this happened and that happened? Like, actually, that was kind of interesting the way that happened. Like, Longlegs, I would see in theaters multiple times. This, in theaters once, USA Network.
Yeah.
That's for me, though. You be the judge. Yeah. You be the judge and draw your own conclusion. By the way, if you want to be the judge right now and opine as much as we opine, go ahead and do it. Super chat in. Every super chat gets acknowledged here on Sam Roberts Now, and we have reached the point in the show where it's time to super chat. I appreciate all you guys that came out in Cleveland to the live Notsam Wrestling Podcast. Anybody that was there, we had a blast. We're posting video on the Notsam Wrestling YouTube channel. The Drew McIntyre video is already up. We'll have the Bubba Ray Dudley video up soon. And the next stop for Notsam Wrestling is going to be Fanatics Fest, which is next weekend already, right?
Yeah.
Yes, next weekend.
Busy.
Oh, yeah. And you see Fanatics Fest is promo in the show quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I really appreciate
I'm hoping
it.
to run into some future USA basketball gold medalists in there.
Hey.
Katie, come on, bring it. Bring it Fanatics Fest.
Bro, everybody's going to be at Fanatics Fest. You know what they say about Fanatics Fest? If you ain't at Fanatics Fest, you ain't shit. That's what they say.
Is that the slogan?
That's the slogan. So I would get tickets. Yeah. That's what everybody's saying. Let's get to these super chats. Emilio, thank you. I appreciate the contribution to the show. Inward C, did you hear Ghostface is DLC in the new Mortal Kombat? Is that Ghostface from the Scream movie or Ghostface Killer from Wu-Tang? Ghostface from Scream. Okay. Either way, by the way, Ghostface Killer or Scream Ghostface, I'd be equally psyched. I did not hear that. Is that in Mortal Kombat 1?
Yes. I think 1 is the most recent one.
I think it's the most, because I have held off on buying it because I figured I'd grab it when it was on sale. But if they got Ghostface from Scream in there, it might be time to pick up Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's 1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I did not hear that, but I've been playing a lot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre still. So the idea that I could be Ghostface and beat up Sub-Zero sounds very, very appealing to me. You know, fuck up Goro a little bit. You know what I mean? Randy Rhea, Sam, are you and Hot Dog regular viewers of the Uncle Rico show on the Shuli Network? Regular, I can't take credit for that, but I'm familiar with their work. Hot Dog?
I've never heard of it.
Okay. Geemer, you and the Worm are cowards for actively silencing Montone. Let the man speak. It's not going unnoticed. He's a war hero, for Pete's sake. I believe multiple times this week I went to Mike Montone for opinion, if you listen to the show. I believe that, as a matter of fact, I specifically remember when everybody in the room was trying to make it seem like Brendan Sagalow had experiences that were totally normal. And I was like, this is not normal. I went to Mike to be like, Mike, this is not normal. And Mike said, no, that never happened to me. So
also, so this isn't a super chat, but Shane Buddy says Saturday's game, tomorrow's game against France, Wemby, I forgot, he's French.
Yes. So is he playing for France?
Yes.
He should not be allowed back. He's a traitor. I'm still 2001, 2002 as far as the French go.
So they got a star.
I'm still Freedom Fries, by the way. Did you know that?
After all these years?
Still Freedom Fries. I go to Raising Cane's and I go, let me get the
Freedom Fries, you yell it.
Yeah, let me get the 5 tenders with Freedom Fries combo. And they go, what? I go, 5 tenders with Freedom Fries. You want me to repeat it again? You go, no.
Make me say it.
I go, and by the way, these colors don't run. They go, okay, all right, we'll make you your combo.
Dude.
Open parentheses, #_ just because I think you and Hot Dog are cool. I think we're pretty cool too, as a matter of fact. I think we're very cool. PHWOFL, hey Sam, the look Nicole gave you on the Satisfying podcast was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Really good episode this week. I'm not sure about the look, but Hot Dog, have you seen the Satisfying episode that we posted this week?
Not this week, no.
It is utterly insane. I would recommend right after tonight's show, you all go to the Satisfying Podcast YouTube channel and watch it. Because literally, right before we sat down to record, Nicole looked at her phone horrified. I said, what's the problem? She said, well, that her daughter was going to like Iowa or something with her friend. I was like, okay, right? And her friend has family money, right? So that's nice. When the bad weather was starting to come in and their flights were getting canceled. So they were about to book another flight and have to go to a different airport and figure it all out. But the friend's grandfather said, you know what, guys, just go to Teterboro. I'll send in a private jet because he got money.
Woo! Ooh.
Nicole was furious
Why?
because she's jealous of her daughter. It was the
You're hating
most.
on your daughter?
She's hating on her so hard. She said, and I quote, she's 10 years old and she gets to ride a private jet before me? I mean,
yeah.
it was so hate-filled. I've never seen anything like it. Like I
was
would
gonna have her stop hanging out with her rich friend.
but just out of jealousy.
Yeah.
Not because she thinks she's a bad influence, because she's getting things. And I go, Nicole, what's it going to be like when like you've been the source of guidance for so long, but your daughter's going to come home and she's going to be the one to tell you about private jets.
It was so nice. All this stuff that she's never experienced.
Oh. Not Sam Lehman. Sam, Maxine, Longlegs, or Trap, F, marry, kill. Okay. Okay, I think I got this. I think... I'm sorry, M. Night. I feel bad because I love you. M. Night should know I love him.
And Josh.
And what?
And Josh.
Josh Hartnett?
Yeah.
He needs to know that. By the way, Josh Hartnett was great in that movie.
Yes, he was.
He was great.
Yes, he was.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, Trap is clearly getting the kill. And then Longlegs is getting the F because I do fucks with it, you know? So it gets the F.
It's not fucks with it. It's I do fuck it.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what the F stood for. And I think Maxine gets the marry because I feel like Maxine's one that I'm gonna watch on repeat a lot. Love Maxine. Good question. Back to the open parentheses. Here is money. I think you fools get down. I appreciate that. By the
I'll
way,
get down for you. Send some more.
Yeah, you can. That's the same person that sent money earlier because he thinks we're cool. So I very much appreciate that. Poodle-rific, glad you're back to kick off my weekend. Nothing but love. Nothing but love for you, Poodle-rific. Just curious, from B-Herb. Hot Dog, this is a big fan of yours. B-Herb. Just curious, Hot Dog, what's in the cup?
Oh, just Arnold Palmer.
What you drinking?
What's on that drink? I wish it was something cooler. It's just some Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer
nice
with Arnold Palmer with a little bit of codeine in it?
Yeah. A little zizzerb. I got some zizzerb in there.
Got that young Wheezy Arnold Palmer? Wheezy F baby? All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you all hanging out. Don't forget you got 5 styluses. You might as well use them. I'm going to cheers with you later.